everyone, it's Anne Marie Julian Wetzel. I'm with Close to My Heart, and this is going to be the third video for the Cape Cod box and card workshop. So as you can see, we have all three, or both sets of the card kits to create, and I'm going to walk you through. I have all of my pieces from the cutting guide here to put together and assemble. I don't have my card bases here, but we're going to get the basics put together for you. So let's get started. We're going to start with these. I'm going to set the other ones aside. So this one here, we are using the colors of Glacier, Seabrook, and Shortbread. The Fence and the Seagrass is done with Toffee ink. And then our birds are done with black ink. So this is our designer paper series that we cut out. This is our Shortbread paper, and we are going to stamp on the White Daisy. Now, I'm going to give you a hint, although I'm not going to do it that way. If you have a Misty is a great way to create these cards quick and fast, because you'll be able to put this stamp on the stamp platform, do all four of your White Daisies with the same color ink, and then move forward with your second stamp and being able to line it up like an assembly line. But I'm not going to do that today. We're going to do it the regular way. Now for this card too, we are creating 5 of these because one of them is going to go on the front of our box, but that one won't have the sentiment on it. So let's get started. I have my White Daisy here, and I have already taken the stamps and put them on the blocks. But when you look at your stamp set, you have 3 layers here. This is the sky, this is the middle layer, and that's the sand. So we're going to go in that order and create them. So again, we are starting off with Glacier, and then we're going to do the Seabrook, and then the Shortbread. And then we will do the Toffee after. So I'm going to set these aside for now. Put them there. And I'm hoping you can see me okay. Yep. So again, here is the top. Now, if you are using the stamp set for the first time, always remember to season your stamps. By doing so, you're going to take your stamp and put it on a block. And for me, the easiest way is I just rub it against my arm. It takes all those excess oils off. You may want to practice a few times after you've done that, just to make sure it's not doesn't have that speckled look. But I have turned my Versamat over, so I'm going to use the spongy side. But you also have a foam that comes with every stamp set, and that will also help you. So just going to stamp this up. Sorry if the camera is wiggling a little bit. And it's kind of hard to see, but you know what? This is also a very forgiving stamp because it's supposed to have some white in the center. If you can see here, there is white here. So it is okay. Now I am going to stamp this. I'll bring it over just a little bit. Probably about 1/2 inch from the top. And I'm just going to go straight down. Hold it for a few seconds. And lift it up. And I have the top of my sand. Now I'm going to just continue to do this on my other 4 cards since I have the ink already opened. All right, so again, there's 5 of these that we're doing. Set that aside, bring my next one up. And this one really doesn't even matter if it goes this way or this way. So I'm going to mix it up because it really doesn't matter. It pretty much has a straight edge on the bottom here for us to put that water in. There we go for number 3 that we've done. 2 more. And 1 more. All right, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to clean that with my chamois. And now I'm going to use the Seabrook, and that's for my water. Now another option you could use is mist. Mist is a really pretty color. It's a grayer tone. If you have mint also I think would look good. So just some other suggestions if you don't have the Seabrook. And here I have that inking this up. And you can see there's that straight line there. And I am just going to try to bring it barely over that blue sky, overlapping them a little bit. And there we have that. Let's, oops, didn't mean to drop that. Let's do the remaining 2, or the remaining 4 that we have. And again, I am okay that has a splotch there because it's forgiving. And we will be putting other sets there. We'll be putting the sentiment there. For me, I really need to lean over directly. And with doing this on camera, it's not that easy to do, but we'll get it. All right, 2 more. And the last one. I do love the Seabrook color. It is perfect. And then we're on the waters for each of these cards, we will add shimmer brush. And that's optional, but I've added a clear shimmer brush to them. Okay, so now we have those done. And what we're going to do is bring in the shortbread. For this one, I'm using the lighter for the sand, and then I'll use the toffee for the fence. And that kind of goes well because that's our background for our base. Here, we're matting that. So here is the 3rd stamp, the bottom stamp. That we're going to do for the sand piece, and you can see it fits right in there. And again, we're going to try to do a little overlap on that. And I love the grainy look on it because it looks like sand specks. All right, sand is grainy. And it will dry a little bit lighter too. There we go. These blocks that I'm using, these came from our Craft with Heart subscriptions. So for the card kits, I believe they come in them with little inks, like the mini ink pads. So it's perfect when I need the same size for multiple stamps. All right, last one for this card set. All right, there we go. Now I do have a space there. I'm not worried about it because when we do it with shimmer brush, we'll eliminate that. So we have those three colors. That's our base. So now let's add our fence and our seaweed. And again, I'm going to do that in toffee. So I have our little fence here. Again, all of these have already been seasoned because I have been stamping with them. But please don't forget to season your stamps. So for here, here's my original sample there. I'm just going to add my fence. And I'm going to do that on all of them. And then we'll go back and do the seagrass. And you can see that is a little bit darker, but it will dry lighter. And you can feel free to put the fence on the other side, make it your own. I'm just going to keep to what I have originally shared with you. All right, so the last one using the toffee stamp for the fence, but we're going to continue to use the toffee for our seagrass. So some seagrass I did right along the side, some I did here, and then I put the shorter one. So we're just going to put this here. Kind of like overlapping it a little bit. But again, I've seen it where some people have put the seagrass up on top, on the higher sand mound. Totally up to you. You make it your own. And our last tall seagrass. Now you can try to put these both on a single block, this one here along with a small one, but you're not going to get them as close together. So here is our smaller one, and I am just going to put it right next to the taller one here. There we go. I think the next one I'm going to try to go a little bit closer. Super fun and easy to build this scenic card. And you'll be able to do many of them. For some reason I kind of felt like that got the top part got in ink, and I don't want to have a block mark. So there we go there. And now let's add in, did I bring out the black here? I have my black right here, and we're going to add the birds. Let's move this out of the way. And we have our little birds. And we're going to put those a couple of places on the card. Up in the sky, I'm going to do one a little bit lower. And I'm not pressing hard. You don't want to smush this where they get a thick line. Just pressing gently down. And there we have our two birds. Or actually there's 6 birds flying, but I have 2 stamp sets. You can add more if you would like. And 2 more here. All right, our last one for the scenic scenery. Okay, so let's put that aside. These will all get matted together. This will also go on the card base. But we'll put these together because, like I said, I forgot to bring my card bases over, but I think you can see how they are all matted together. So now let's do this card here. This is Periwinkle, Bluebird, Toffee, and then the fence and the seagrass here are done in mocha, and then our birds are done in the black. So let's get started. I'm gonna need Toffee, mocha. Yep, I have them here. And this, again, we're only gonna be doing 4. And again, the sky is going to be in the periwinkle. Another way you can stamp is just bringing your stamp pad on top of your block. And making sure you got good coverage that way. There we have 1 for the periwinkle. And I'll continue to do it this way just so you guys can see the differences in how I ended up stamping. Again, hopefully you guys are seeing me. My screen is black, but I do know I am recording. Again, just holding that down a few seconds. All right, and 1 more. And again, these are about a 1/2 inch from the top. All right, so periwinkle is done. Set that aside. And we will go on to the bluebird, and we are going to use this stamp set here. Again, it's the middle stamp set. Because this is a thinner block, I am gonna pat it on here this way instead of the other way. All right, I'm going to line this up just again a little bit, hopefully over the bottom of the sky. There we go. There is 1. Two. Love this color combo. Hopefully you do too. 3. And 4. I'm going to bring a couple in too, just to kind of show you that that's how forgiving these stamps are, is that you don't know if you really have missed an area with ink, right? So you kind of look here. This looks a little bit more whitish over here. Again, they're both work well. You did not make any mistakes. Okay, so that was the last of that. Now we're going to bring in Toffee. Toffee is going to be the sand for this one. Make sure you flip it to the right side. Kind of can see the grooves, right? They fit in. And I'm just going to try to overlap them a little bit. One. Two. I have seen people do the tone on tone with the fence. That looked well too. You can do that. All right, and here's our last one for this color combo. And then we'll do the fence and finish up the cards. Yep. All right. So let's do our fence in mocha. Beautiful weathered looking fence, right? And again, it does look really dark, but it will dry lighter. I promise. Again, no science to where you measure it at all. All right, let's do the seagrass. I'm going to do it the same way. Oh, actually, the seagrass on this one, I did outside with the smaller ones inside. So let's do that. We'll do this on the outside. Or to the left side of the sand, I should say. And our last one with the tall seagrass. Sandgrass, seagrass. Not quite sure what you call it, but that's what I'm calling it. And I put the little ones right next to it. You do whichever way you want to. I am overlapping it a little bit on the taller, but it's also going into the fence. All right, so those pieces are done, and now the birds. Again, so I'm taking my black ink out. There we go. I'm not even going to stamp in the sentiments because you can choose your sentiments. There are 3 sentiments on here. Thank you. It's a good day for a birthday. And then thinking of you during this hard time. So you have your options here. On my sample, I did all of these with thank you. And then the other ones I did thinking of you during this hard time. But your choice. There we go. So let's quickly assemble a couple of them. We'll continue with this card here. So again, you have your bluebird background, and then you have your toffee that we're matting it on. So I'm going to take and bring it up closer so you guys can see. I'm just centering that in there. and you will have the card bases all in your kits. Well, depending on how you purchase this. The ones that attended in class got their card bases. If you have just purchased this with a $40 order or $25 order, then hopefully you do have card bases, but we do have them available online as well. All right, so those are done. Now let's just quickly put them on the base. Oh, I forgot to do my birds on that one. Let's get those birds done. How did I miss that? Make sure I got the other ones done. I do. All right, so we have one done. It's just going to go on a base, and I do need to add a sentiment when I'm ready to use these cards. All right, one more for this, and then we're on to the other ones. Other ones, we do have 5 to put together. Again, remember, one goes on the box, the front of the box. I do want to mention, as I did my class, the back of the box is done, and so my cutting guide is missing this. So you would need 2 of these pieces, which is the 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. So you could cut another one to do the back of the box. All right. And I am going to do these in full. So we did the mat. Oh, I knew that was happening. Let me just fix my tape runner. Got a little bit of a jam. Sometimes it does do that when I'm on a soft surface, trying to put adhesive on. I'm excited. One of the new things that I can share with you is close to my heart. Has a new tape runner that is refillable. So they'll still carry the Tombow for those that love the Tombow. But then the Close to My Heart, I love their I love their adhesive, but I didn't like it that it wasn't refillable. So now they will be coming out with a new refillable one in our new Essentials catalog. All right, one last part, and I'm only going to show you on one of the cards. You don't need to see, or one of each of the cards. You don't need to watch me put the shimmer brush on all of them. I'm going to give you a quick reminder and a tutorial on the shimmer brushes. All right, and then here's the other one, and again, that will go on the front of my box, okay? So let's take the shimmer brush, and as a reminder for the shimmer brush, when you first purchase it, it will come in a plastic, and this is for any shimmer brush. It'll have a yellow ring around it. You're going to twist this off, and then take that ring, throw it away, and then twist this tightly, and you'll feel that you're breaking the liquid, the seal, right? To allow the shimmer to flow to the brush, right? Then I always shake it. Then going forward, a reminder, do not twist your cap off, pull the cap off. All right, and every so often, just tighten your chamber, because once this gets loose, and it will eventually get loose, you will, you could have a leakage, and that's what we don't want to happen. All right, so here, I am just brushing, and I'm just giving it a little squeeze so I can get some more juice. And I will bring it up close to the camera. Hopefully you can see that nice, beautiful shimmer. And let's do that on the Bluebird. So just the water pieces. And can you see that shimmer? Beautiful. If you want it a little bit heavier, you can squeeze and continue to brush a little bit more on, but I like it just like that. So that is your Cape Cod card workshop. So you have 3 videos. Remember, first one was your cutting guide. Your second one is creating the box, and your third is the assembling of these cards. Hope you've enjoyed this workshop. Hope you enjoy. Please provide your feedback, because this is the first time that I've done it through YouTube, and share by sending me an email or text message on what you thought of this video. Thank you so much. Have a great day.